All right, here we go. Yeah, Hollis asked me the other day if I could look up some of the details on this real quick. Apparently, like he said, a lot of panels got away from the factory, and it seems that what they've done is they've just forgot to torque up some screws. It doesn't, I mean, when you look at all the details, it doesn't look really complicated. Somebody just didn't torque it up or didn't torque it up enough. So anyway, this is the information. If you can see the screen, you can get a screenshot or whatever. This is a download that you can get, and you can get, a packet of information to tell you how to deal with this. Essentially, it's a plug-in neutral component. I'm going to show you a couple pictures here in a minute, and I took this right off of their information. Okay, so it's a Square D or Snyder Electric brand, 100 through 225 amp indoor and outdoor load centers. So the manufacturing date's probably the biggest thing we need to know. When these things were put out, February 1st, 2020 through January 12th, 2022. They use this date code that I've got up here on the screen. I'll just hold it here for a minute. It's plant code 15, only one plant. So not very complicated. They do have a couple of places for you to look for the stickers, so you can to double check all this information. That's what the sticker is going to look like here on the left. So it'll have the plant code information and the date code. Again, the date code down here at the bottom here is probably the main thing that you're going to want to find out. So we're looking at fairly new stuff, something that's been recently replaced, or maybe some fairly new house. It's not going to be something too very old. But I've heard that there was, like one mishap, it hasn't been really super, like one of these things where you hear houses are burning down all over the country. That doesn't seem to be the case. Here's where the stickers might be. This one here on the right, it looks like it's in a difficult location to see. It's like literally on the top of this thing.
Kenny, I think it's something different than you are. We're seeing your screen with all the from beginning, current slide, custom slideshow stuff. We're not seeing.
Right, hold on a minute. Let me try again.
Okay.
What are you seeing now?
Yeah, that's much better. Now I'm
okay,
seeing.
all right, let me back up. Let me see if I can back up a little bit here.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let me see if we can back it up, because now okay, you can see this now, the full screen. Here are the date codes. February 1, 2020.
Yeah.
January 12, 2022. These are what we want to be looking for. So again, not terribly old. I mean, it's just been fairly recent that these things got out. Plant 15, plant code 15. You see plant code 15. I see nothing else out here that says any other plants were involved. That's what the sticker looks like. The plant code, the date code is actually in a little separate area as well. You can look on the door. Looks like you can see that inside the door, or that's inside the door or on the door. The actual stickers, apparently with all the information, it shows you a couple of locations here. And what I'm looking at, it looks to me like one of them is literally on the top. You would probably not see it unless you held something up above it and to see it. But the other one is a little clearer. Both sides here, this is what they're talking about. There's a couple of screws here on both sides that apparently was not torqued up properly. And I've heard of one situation where they said that there was obviously some arcing going on there. So that's where they're saying that the repair's got to be. So essentially what they've done is they put out this information, and this is what the electrician's supposed to do. And what it looks like is he's going to calibrate this thing. He's going to torque this thing to 25 pounds per inch, and use a torque type screwdriver to torque up these screws. The screws, here's one here at the left, one on the right. Somehow or another they only put one arrow on it, but you can see the Sharpie mark across there. So when these are torqued up, they mark it with the Sharpie. Of course, it's going to be on both sides because they're both sides of the panel here has this. So you see kind of hard to see it on this one. But anyway, after it's torqued up, we got a couple of green stickers to put on this panel, you know, one down here underneath the breakers and another one on the door. But they stayed in here. This is what I found kind of funny, because one guy, he put out a video showing how to do all this. It says, after completing inspection and remediation of both connectors, use provided green dot sticker labels and then put on there inspected PRB-236759 and place them on both locations inside the box and on the back cover door. Alternate, if the green dot is not available, use a black permanent marker and write, and again, the number PRB-236759. The video I watched where the guy did the repairs, that's what he did. But what he didn't do, it says if the permanent marker is used during remediation, the contractor is to return at the earliest possible date to place the green dot at location B. That would be inside the door, you know, the cabinet door only. So they're saying, you know, somebody's still supposed to go back and put the little green sticker on there that says it's been remediated. I think, as far as we're concerned, the main thing is, you know, we want to look at the dates. We're going to bring this slide around again. Look at the top. That's the information if you want to do a screenshot to download the document. So you'll have the date. You know, you'll have the date of the panel. It's like Hollis said, a lot of us didn't do recalls. You know, if we looked in the panel and we saw that there was an issue with some market, I'm sure we would have noticed that. But apparently, you know, some of the stuff just got away from them, and it's just more of a matter of them getting in there and torquing these screws up. Some of them must be loose. So, but anyway, that's the number. I've got it. If you want to get a hold of me, I got a couple of email addresses here that you can get a hold of. But probably one of the best electrical trainers in the business is speaking tonight. So if there's something that I missed, Mike, have at it. Because all I see was this, you know, the information out there was get the packet, you know, electricians make the quick torque, these screws up, put the stickers on there. If you don't have the stickers, write it on with a marker. And then you know, at some point you're supposed to put the sticker on the door. So if you get a hold of that sticker, it's supposed to go in there. So I don't think it's any more complicated. It don't look any more complicated than that, you know. So